Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today I will be showing you how to make a terrific website. So you might be thinking that you need to have a lot of coding knowledge, or you might be thinking that you have to hire someone and pay a lot of money, or it's going to take you forever to learn it on your own. That is not the case, and I'm going to show you that you can make a really nice website with a lot of features, and you pretty much don't need to know any coding, and you can do it pretty quickly, and you can do it at a really low price. Actually, this would cost me around $20 to make. So very easy and very inexpensive. So let me show you an example of what we're going to be doing today. Al is a person who has a surfing business and he wants to put it up online. So he created a website for his surfing lessons, which is called Al's Surfing Lessons. Over here I'm going to show you how to make this really cool logo. I'm gonna get this. You get this icon right here, and you customize the text with it. I'll show you how to do all that and how to put it on top of here. Next thing I'm gonna show you is, you see there's a menu, navigation menu that he has. Over here there's the About Me, Lessons, Contact, and of course you can add as many pages as you want. But you can see when you hover, it changes color, and when it's on the home page it's selected. There's a blue dark background behind it. I'm gonna show you how to do all that very easily. Over here we have a nice image slider, and if you I don't know if you could tell, but it's moving. And then when you click on the arrow, you can force it to move whenever you want. And these are some really cool customized text that you can put just for advertisement, or just detailed description of what's going on in the picture. So this could be really good for marketing. This is really good for introducing to the client what you do. And I'm going to show you that you can pretty much put whatever you want, have your own customized image and your own customized text, and of course how to make sure that they're all proportioned the same, they're all the same size over here. Next thing is the locations we serve. So the location that Al serves is the Newport Beach, Laguna Beach area, and Huntington Beach, and some description on here. I'm going to show you how to make all these images pretty much proportional to one another, so that none of them are bigger than the other. And next thing you have is the contact to schedule a lesson. Over here you can actually have contact for an estimate, contact us for an estimate, or call us now, or coupon code, or whatever you would like, whatever you think is good for marketing, or something that will really grab the client's attention. Over here we have the About Me page, and there's a picture of Al smiling, and he has his picture over here because he's talking about himself. So his biography is over here. I'm going to show you how to have this title and put all this content here. And of course here you could have history of the company, or what's important to you as a company, and goals of the company, the mission, whichever you'd like. Over here it's an Al surfing website, so he just has a biography of himself, and he talks about what he does, how long he's been doing it, etc. Then he has the lessons page, and this shows the kinds of plans he offers. So over here, plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, plan 4. And I'm going to show you how to make these columns over here. You can see that there's first column, second column, third column, fourth column. Just like here in the beginning of the page we have these 3 columns. So I'm going to show you how you can easily add these columns with no problem. And of course I'm going to show you how to add these images that we saw over here. And last but not least, we have the contact us page, which is really cool. You put your name, email, subject, message, and as soon as you click send, it goes straight to Al's email. I'm going to show you how you can easily put this contact form, and how you can point it to go to your email, so whenever someone writes a message, it goes straight to your email. And that's pretty cool. And you can see that this is in all the pages, so I'm going to show you how to keep this block in all the pages. And one thing I want to show you here is the Facebook page. So when you click on this, it should go to the Facebook page. Clicking on that, LinkedIn page, and the Twitter page. So I'm going to show you how you could put your social media on top of here, and I'm going to show you that this is not just limited to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, but rather you can even put Pinterest, Google Plus, and all kinds of social media that you've never even heard of are available that you can put on top of here. So, I hope you're excited, and let's go ahead and get started with our 6 steps. Alright, so here are the 6 steps that we're going to be going through today. Number 1, we need to get our domain name. Domain name, what it is, it's a name or an address, a unique name or address for your website, such as like google.com, yahoo.com. Those are all examples of domain names. So definitely you want one of those, which is going to be around $12.95 a year. Hosting is the second step, and what it is, it's a space on a computer somewhere that has your website. So believe it or not, google.com, yahoo.com, they point to a computer somewhere that has the Google website on there. So you definitely want one of those, and that's going to be around $8 a month. And the third step will be getting your WordPress, installing your WordPress. What WordPress is, it's a content management system, also known as a CMS. And so what it does, it helps you, for example, edit your website, add pages, edit pages, add pictures, add videos. Lets you do all that without having to know any code whatsoever. And even professional web developers like to use it because it does the work for them. So don't think that just because you don't know any coding that you're selling for something low. As a matter of fact, you're getting something that even websites like CNN use, Forbes, they use WordPress. So it's very, very cool software, and like I said, professional web developers even use it. And that's going to be free. That's the best part. Fourth and fifth and sixth step are pretty much all related to WordPress. We're going to be installing the theme, which is also free. Definitely there's some ones you can pay for out there if you are looking to pay for a theme, or there's one specific that you can't find that's free. But generally, most of them are free, and you can definitely get really, really nice free ones, which we will do in this tutorial. Installing plugins. A plugin is an add-on or an extra feature for your WordPress, and you'll see what we can do with that. There's a lot of cool things you can add to WordPress that can do cool things. Sixth step will be adding your pages and your content, and of course that's all part of the same WordPress step. So that's all going to be free. And now let's go ahead and get started. Let's do HostGator.com. We're going to go over there, and that's going to help fulfill the first 2 steps, which is getting the domain name and the hosting. So when you come over here, well, actually let me tell you why I chose HostGator over the 1,000 of web hosts. I mean, number 1 is that most users use HostGator. Most people who start off at websites, or people in general who have hosting, they like to use HostGator. Why? Because they have really good plans, and they have 24/7 live chat and phone support, and that's what makes it very nice, especially for those who are starting off. You know, they have a lot of questions, they're not sure about some things, so they ask them, and definitely it's very helpful. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. When you come over here, you'll see there's 3 different plans they offer in the first page. Just ignore it. It's more technical, more something you need in the future if you were to really, really get into this. But for now, anyone can just get a hosting plan. So click on View Web Hosting Plans. Alright, then over here you will see there's 3 kinds of plans. There's the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. Now, business plan, we're just going to cross that out because we don't really need it unless you have a big website that has like a shopping cart and pretty much your whole business is on the website. So for example, if you were going to have something like Amazon.com that's going to have like pretty much your whole business on there, then you might want to consider the business plan because it comes with a toll-free number and security for the credit card information that they put in. So you might want to consider this. However, for us, let's just take a look at these 2 plans. We have the single domain plan and unlimited domain. Now they call them hatchling and baby plan, but when you really look at it, it's single domain and unlimited domain plan. Because single domain over here means you will only get one website. So let's say you chose, alsurfinglessons.com, then you would really have only that website to work with, and you can't make any other website. But unlimited domains, you can have alsurfinglessons.com, and then you can have like Al's portfolio.com if you just want to have a portfolio page, you know. So you can make a lot more websites with the baby plan, and it's really not too much of a difference. It's just like, you know, $2.36 more or something. So not too bad at all. So we're gonna go ahead and actually choose this one. And real quick, I want to explain disk space and bandwidth and the SSL. Disk space is, you know, just like your computer, where you have a lot of space. Nowadays, like a terabyte or 2 terabytes, and if you have a limit, then that means you cannot pass that limit, so you can't put unlimited images and videos on your computer. Eventually it will need more space, but they will always provide more space as long as you use it. So unlimited disk space means you don't have to worry about space. So that's very, very nice, especially for those who have a lot of videos and images on their website. Bandwidth, it means basically every time a user goes on your website, they take away some bandwidth. So if you have unlimited bandwidth, that means you have no limit as to how many users can go on your website. So that's a very, very bonus, you know, thing about HostGator, is they offer really, really nice plans. SSL certificate, you don't have to worry about this. This is security related, which you don't really need if you're making a website about your business, unless you have sensitive information such as social security number, credit card, etc. So now we're going to go ahead and look over here. It's going to say you want to get the 3-year, which means you pay all 3 years up front of the plan with the rate of $6.36 a month. But we're just going to go ahead and do the monthly. You can do the 2-year, 1 year, 6 month, but we're just going to go ahead and do the monthly, which is $7.96 a month right now. Click on order now. When you come to this screen, you'll see a question. They say, do you want to register a new domain name, or do you already own a domain name? So if you already own a domain name, such as from Google, such as from GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com, then you would go ahead and choose I already own this domain, and you would have to talk to your domain name provider, such as GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com, and you have to ask them how to transfer the domain name to HostGator. But for most of us, we'll be starting off at registering a new domain name. And so come over here, it gives you options of .com, .net, .org, .info, .biz. We're just going to think of one for Al. Al has surfing lessons that he offers, and he wants a website for it, so he's going to do alsurfinglessons.com. And searching to see if it's available. Oh, it's available. No one's taken it yet. No one thought of that. Okay, there's probably no Al that offers surfing lessons online, so that's pretty good. So looks like it's available, so you'll get this message. If it's not available, it'll ask you try again. So if I, for example, if I put google.com, it's going to say choose another one. So I'm happy with alsurfinglessons.com, and over here it's going to ask you if you want to add the .net version, the .org, the .info, .biz, and you really don't need these. It's just going to add more expense to your total, and you don't need it unless you become really big, like google.com. They own, for example, they own all their domains such as google.com, google.net, google.org, all that. So you don't really need it though. It's really not a big deal, and .com is just fine. Come down over here, the next step will be the package type. Baby package, yes, that's what we got. Billing cycle, yes, we want the monthly, that looks good. Over here you have the username and security pin. There's no right or wrong answer. You just think of a username and a security pin that you can come up with just for your control panel or your billing. So I like lizard, so I'm going to choose lizard. Okay, I can do that. Security pin, it can be any number you can think of. It has to be between 4 to 8 characters. So I'm just going to come up with a random number. Alright. Over here shows some billing information, so your email, first name, last name, company name. If you have a company, you can just leave that blank. If it's just a personal website, address, cell phone, city, state, all that stuff. Make sure it matches with your credit card information. if you are going to be using the credit card. That way it doesn't reject you. So you would put the credit card information over here. And then if you are from another country or you can't use credit card, you can use the PayPal option. Alright, so then after you fill all that out, you come down over here. It suggests to you some hosting add-ons. So let me go through these real quick. Is whenever you register a domain name, someone can look up your domain name information. So they can look at things like your first name, last name, address, phone number. No, they don't have access to your credit card or your PayPal, don't worry. But they could get some information such as your name and your last name and your email and phone number. And so this add-on right here would just show it as private, and it would not show that information. So if you're concerned about that, then you would just check that or leave it checked. And it's $9.95 a year. We don't need it for this one, so we're gonna uncheck it. Secure and accelerate your site. This protects your website actually from fraud and malware. And you really don't need it unless you have sensitive information such as social security, credit cards, or something like that. And if you do have that kind of information, then you need to look into security in general. So in this website, we're definitely not going to need any of that, so uncheck that. Daily backup of your website, if you want that, $19.95 a year. And if you're concerned about losing information every day, then you would have this checked because you want to daily back it up daily. But you can actually manually back it up yourself, so we don't really need this option. And then over here, search engine visibility. If you just want to get on there fast, you want them to do it for you, then you can pay the $14.99 a year. However, you can actually look into doing that yourself, and you don't really need to consult with them or have this add-on with it. So we're just going to leave that unchecked. Come down over here. They're going to give you a coupon code, and it really varies. Sometimes they give you 15% off, and sometimes they give you 25% off. So over here, they're giving you 25% off. However, I'm going to recommend, or I request, that you use WebGator 33, because number one, it's guaranteed 25%. Because sometimes they give you 15%. So you don't want that. You want to save more money. So definitely use this one because it helps you out, and also it helps me make more videos like these. So definitely use WebGator 22. It will help both of us out. And then click on validate. Down over here, and it says, like I said, you can look at that. You have chosen our most valuable coupon. All right. So definitely I recommend using this coupon. Over here, it's asking you to review the order details. Everything looks good. Yes, 24/7 live chat, phone support, email support, instant account activation, money back guaranteed 45 days. Yep, everything looks good. 1 month, $746. Domain registration, $12.95. Alright, $20.41 will be your total, and that's how you start a website. So just go ahead and click on I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions, and click on create account. After that, you'll get an email that looks like this. Over here, it shows that yes, you got the baby plan. This is the control panel, which we will get to in a second. This is the username that we chose. Domain name. This is actually our example domain that we're going to be using for this tutorial, because I didn't actually get the Al's lessons, surfinglessons.com. So this is going to be our example domain name. And over here they will provide you a temporary complicated password, which we will change. And right here, actually, this is the billing area where you want to manage, like, if you want to use a different credit card or you want to change the PayPal account, then you could go over here and manage your billing. Or if you want to pay for more than 1 month, I believe, you could go over here as well. Then the name servers is more domain name related if you're transferring. So if you're transferring from like GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com and you want to move your domain name over here, then you would need to know this information. However, most likely you already bought it through HostGator, so you don't have to mess with this step at all. Let's go ahead and click on Control Panel. So we got our domain name, that's checked. We got our hosting, that's checked. And so we need to install our WordPress, which we will do right now. So before we do that, we're going to actually go to the control panel first, because that's where the installation is located. Where it says Lizard, that's going to be our domain name. And the password, just copy this one. Make sure you don't copy a space with it, like that, because that will affect it. So make sure you just copy the characters. Right click and copy. Paste the password over here. Click on login. And you'll come over here to the control panel. And let me just give you a quick tour. So there's some basic hosting management you can do. So you can, for example, over here it says mail. You could add email accounts to your domain. So if you want to have, like, you know, al@alsurfinglessons.com or alan@mysiteabc.com, then that could be your email, and you can have your own email account, which is very nice. Or you can have email forwarding, all kinds. Over here you have files, if you want to just upload files to your website and download them somewhere else. Or you want to have, if this is more technical, if you want to look at the bandwidth that you're using, which is unlimited, but you could look at how much you're using and any server related logs. Security, you can look into that later on. If you want to block someone, actually, you can do that. Domains, this is a great step over here. If you want to add more domains, you can go click on add on domains and add all kinds of domains that you'll use for your hosting. So because we got the unlimited domains, so we would be able to get as many websites as we want. Of course, you have to pay $12.95 a year for each domain, but so that's where you can add it. Database, if you want to have database information stored, this is more technical, which we don't have to mess with. Over here, software, that's what we're going to be using to install our WordPress, which is quick install. Now before we do that, let's go ahead and change our password. So let's go ahead and go up where it says preferences, click on change password, and paste the old password, and we're gonna type in the new password, and then click on change your password now. Then you'll get a screen like this. If you get a pop-up like this, make sure you click cancel. Alright. Then after that, you can click on go back. And don't worry about what this says. Just means your password has been changed. So click on go back. We'll take you to the screen again. So make sure you log in, but this time with your new password. Go ahead and log in. And then it's gonna give you the same old pop-up. And oops. Yep, sometimes you click on it accidentally, like I just did. Alright, there we go. Whew. Okay, go down and you'll see quick install. Click on that. And isn't this exciting? We're already getting to the WordPress step, and it hasn't even been like, it hasn't been like 30 minutes yet. So definitely very quick to do this. So when you go to the WordPress, when you get to the quick install, you'll see WordPress over here where it says block software. So click on WordPress and then click on continue, and there we are. So it's going to show you your domain name over here. Our example is mysiteabc.com, so that's why it's showing this one. So over here it says if you want to install it into a directory. So if you want to have your website, your WordPress on like mysiteabc.com/al, then you can put al over here, and that's where your WordPress or your website would be. But obviously we don't want to do that, so we're just going to leave it empty. So your WordPress will be directly into mysiteabc.com or whatever your domain name is. Admin email, I'm just going to go ahead and type in my email. Blog title. So the reason why, let me tell you why it says blog title. So WordPress was originally designed to be a blog software, just like it says here, blog software, which blog software is pretty much like a journal on a website. So it says blog title because that's what originally WordPress was meant to be. However, you'll see that it's very easy to change it to become a website, and that's what pretty much a lot of people do. They just transform it into a working website, and So don't worry about the name blog. Over here, you can say it means website title. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, there it is. I wrote it before. So Al's Surfing Lessons could be the website title. And after that, we're going to have admin user. And just make a username for your admin. So I'm going to go ahead and write Alan. And last name. And after that, click on Install Now. And you'll be waiting for this to load all the way, which should not take more than like a minute. Oh, let me try again. 1 second. Whoops. Alright. Just click on it again if it gave you that error. But this should work now. And typically it takes like a minute sometimes a minute and a half. Not too bad. But you'll see right now that when it finally works up, there we go. You'll see that there's so many things you can do on there. Alright, so it looks like we're all installed. And now here's the thing, when you get to this step, after you get your hosting is not fully set up yet. So you would actually need to wait around 4 hours and then come back to work on it. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a long 4-hour nap. Or maybe I'll get a snack first and then take a 4-hour nap. And then after that, I'll come back and we will continue where we left off. And I'm going to show you how to do a crazy website. Alright, and we are back after 4 hours. Let's go ahead and take a look at how our website looks like. Go to your domain right away. Alright, looks pretty good. So this is the default template for the WordPress. Hello world, that's typically what you'll see, sample page. So that looks like it's all installed. We're going to go ahead and check that. Perfect. Now the rest will all follow along, installing the theme, the plugins, and the content. So over here, you can go straight to this link, which is the admin panel, or you're going to go to your web domain /wp-admin, and that's where you manage your website through WordPress. The username is Alan, the one you put in Quick Install, the one you chose, and the password will be this long complicated one that they gave you. Just copy that and then paste it. Click on Login, and then after that they're going to take you to the WordPress administration panel. Over here, let me just show you real quick. This is obviously the dashboard, some updates if you have any. These are the posts. If you're a blog, you'll add posts over here, change posts. Media, this is where we're going to be adding the images. You can also add videos over here. Pages, you can add and edit pages. Comments, if you're a blog, you want to manage your comments area. Marketplace, if you want to buy, let's say buy templates or buy plugins, you can go here. Appearance, if you want to take a look at the themes that they offer for free. And if you want to just change your theme around, this is where you'd go. Plugins, which we will be using. This is for the extra features that we want for the WordPress. Users, where you can change your password, add other users. Tools, these are just extra tools that are available if you want to import and export information, which you don't have to worry about for this tutorial. Settings, and you'll see how we're going to be using some of these in our tutorial. Now, we're going to get started by getting a template. So if you go to Appearance, go to Themes, you'll see that they already have 3 themes installed for you, which are right over here. And the one all the way on the left is the one that's already activated. So these are installed, but they're not the active one. This is the one that's activated, and as you can see, it looks very similar to what we saw. So we don't want any of these 3. We won't actually add another one. So you would normally click on Add New Theme. And then over here, when you add it, you will see that you can either search for one that you know by name, or you'll see featured, popular, latest of the WordPress themes. But what we're going to be doing is getting one from the outside. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to click on Upload Theme, and this is where we're going to be uploading our theme. And the way we do that now is we have to go to a website called wpexplorer.com. It's a website that offers premium WordPress themes, which means pretty much ones that you have to pay. However, there are some really nice free ones that we're going to be using. So we're going to click on login. Now, if you're not a member, you can just easily create an account over here. Very, very simple, and you'll be able to download the free template that we're getting. I'm already a member, so I'm just going to go ahead and log in. And my password. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and go to freebies after that. And go all the way down. These are all the free templates they offer. And let's see, where is it? Oh, Tetris, that's the one that I want. You can always search it up here if you can't find it. Click on that. Alright, and there it is. So you can always find it that way. After that, go ahead and click on download, and you will be downloading the theme. And you can just throw it on your desktop if you want to remember the location. And then come back over here, click on browse. And I'm going to go to my downloads area. This is where I saved it. And I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down. Alright, and there it is. WP Tetris. Open that up. Then I'm going to click on install now. And when you install the theme, you have to activate it after that. So just like I said before, there were 3 that were installed, and only one of them was activated. So obviously you do have to activate it. So when you come over here, now watch this step. You're going to click on activate, and this will activate your theme. However, it will give you this error. You do not have sufficient permissions to access this page. This is really an issue that they need to fix, but don't worry, you don't have to worry about it because the theme is active right now, as we will see. So if you go to your domain, you'll see that the theme has been activated. There it is. So we can go ahead and check this step. Alright, so don't worry about that error. It still will activate it and it will work just fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install some plugins, and these are going to be some extra features that we're going to be using. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and click on plugins, and I'll explain what we're going to be adding today. So the first thing we're going to be adding called Soliloquy. So that one's actually also from another website, but let me actually, before Soliloquy, let's add the column plugin. So click on add new. So we're going to have a plugin that's going to allow us to add 3 columns or 4 columns or 5 columns instead of just straight text. So go over here and just type in column. Click on search plugins. And over here it's pretty cool. You'll see there's all kinds of plugins they offer just for columns. I mean, imagine what else, you know? And these are all free, of course. And look at the ratings. Some of them are really good, some of them are some of them are not too good, and some of them pretty much have like 5-star. So the one that I really like is the one called WEN's responsive column layout shortcodes. That's the one that I want, and you can always just search that name if you want to go straight to it. Go ahead and click on install now when you find that, and then click on OK. And just like the themes, you also have to activate plugins. Just because you install them doesn't mean they're activated. Go ahead and click on activate plugin. Oh, and also one thing, you'll see that they'll ask you to install this plugin over here. They recommend it for the theme, and they'll keep showing you this notice unless you do something. So we're going to go ahead and dismiss it. We don't really need that plugin, and it won't work anyway. Actually, there's an issue when you try to install it, it won't work, so just ignore that. So now we can actually add columns, and you'll see what we can do with that once we start adding the content. And before that, we want to add the Soliloquy. Soliloquy is a really cool plugin that allows you to slide images. And so we're going to go ahead, go to google.com, and type in Soliloquy WordPress. You'll see the first link, which is wordpress.org/plugins/soliloquy-lite, L-I-T-E. Click on that. And you'll see over here that This is the official WordPress website. You can download this. It's for free as well. Click on download version 2.4 or whatever version is at your time. It can be upgraded. So click on that. Save it up. Go back over here. Go to add new plugin, or just add new, and you're gonna go ahead and of course, just like the themes, you can always search a plugin that WordPress already has on here, and you can look at the featured, the popular. But we're just gonna go ahead and click on upload because it's not available in this WordPress feature that they offer. The Soliloquy is not here, so we're going to go ahead and just get it from the third-party website. Click on Browse, and then find the zip file of the Soliloquy. There it is. Open it up. Install now. You can see it's very similar to the way you add a theme or install it. And then of course we're going to have to activate it after it's installed, so click on Activate as soon as it's done. Alright, and then last but not least, the last plugin we're going to do is the contact form, because we're going to have a contact form in the Contact Us page. So we're going to go ahead and go there. We're going to click on plugins again, and actually you can go ahead and click on add new, and then search contact form 7. Alright, and you're going to see Contact Form 7. Go ahead and click on Install Now. Click on Activate Plugin. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how to use all these plugins. So just in case you're confused, we know why are we just putting all these in. We're going to explain all that when we start adding our content. So let us see. We have a Contact Us form plugin. So this will be our Contact Us form. And then we have our image slider, which is the Soliloquy, and we have the column plugin, which allows us to add pretty much 2 to 6 columns. Alright, so that's all checked. Now let's go ahead and start adding our pages and our content. So the first thing we want to do is we want to decide on the pages we're going to have. So let's go ahead and start adding some pages. Click on Pages, and you'll see a sample page. You can just go ahead and click on Trash, and that will delete it. Alright, and then it'll actually go to the trash area, and in the trash area you can delete it, but they just put it in here just in case you accidentally delete a page or you decide to change it later on, you want it back or something, but we don't have to worry about it right now. Now we're going to go ahead and add our pages. So we're going to have, first of all, a home, because this is going to be Al's surfing lessons, so definitely he needs a home page. We're going to type home, and now we're going to you're going to see over here it's going to say page attributes. Make sure you have it on full width. If you don't have it on full width, you'll have blog information over here, and since this website is not a blog, we're going to go ahead and put it as full width. So this is pretty much the place where you make your website go from a blog to a full-on website not related to a blog. So make sure you have it to full width, and click on Publish. And then let's just go ahead and add all the pages. This is where you can add the content for the home, but first let's have our pages set up. So after home, we're going to add another page called About Us. I'm sorry, About Me, since it's about Al. Publish. Oh, and let me fix that. I need to change the template to full width, like I said. Update. And then go ahead and click on Add New again. And we're going to have Lessons page. And I keep forgetting this part. Here we go. And we're going to have a Contact Us page. Last but not least. Alright, and alright, I didn't forget this time. There we go. Alright, click on Publish. Actually, let me have that as just contact, since it's not us, it's just Al. So, yeah, contact. Update that, and of course you can add as many pages as you want. You can, have whatever names you want, but those are the ones that I chose for this website. Refresh or reload the page, and you'll see that nothing shows up. Why? Because we have to edit the menu. So you go to Appearance, and you go to Menu. So now, when you come over here, you'll see that it will automatically create a menu name for you, which is called Menu 1, and then it's going to have all the items over here. So that's pretty nice, but what we're going to do, actually, we're going to be changing this around. So number one, you'll see there's two homes. And don't get confused, but the reason why is because this is technically a home page that they, by default, made. And I created a page over here called Home as well. So you'll see here, they all say page, 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 but here it says custom. Why? Because they're the ones who have it already set up, and they have it as this URL, which goes straight to your domain name. But actually, I want to have a page that I will be using for my home page. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete the one they have. So delete the one that says custom. Click on the arrow, and then over here, just click on remove. And now we're going to order them the way we want, because when the menu displays, it's going to be in the order from up to down, from left to right over here. So I'm going to have the home first, and then about me, and then lessons after that, and then content in the end. Click on create menu, and then after you do that, make sure you check the box where it says theme location, check main, and then save menu. Come over here, reload, and you will see that you have your menus. And that looks pretty good. Now what we want to do is we want to change the template around, because we don't like the black and the white for the surfing lessons. First thing actually is, if you take a look over here, if you go straight to your domain name, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. And if you click on home, it's going to take you to somewhere else. It's going to be a different page. And so what we want to do is we want to have this home to be the page that you go straight to when you first go to your domain. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. You go to settings, you go to reading, and then after that you go to a static page, and you go ahead and choose home. So this is where it says front page displays. That's what we want to change. That's right. So click on save changes. Now if you go straight to your domain, you will see that it will go straight to your home, your page that's called home. And the second thing we want to do is we want to remove this where it says just another WordPress site. So the way you fix that is you go to settings, you go to general, and you remove that. You just delete it, and it'll just take away the whole box. Alright, there we go. Now we want to change the, actually let's go ahead and put this home, we want it to be underneath the content. This is where our content is going to be, but we want it to be underneath, and we want it to say contact Al. So the way you do that is we're going to go to appearance and go to editor, go all the way down. You're already on something called style sheet, style.sss. Instead of that, we're going to go to full width page template. Click on that. Now, don't worry, this is not going to be complicated coding. This is just copy and pasting right now. You're going to go search for something. You're going to put Control F if you're on Windows, or Command F if you're on Mac, and you're going to do lesser sign div space ID equal quote, double quote, page hyphen heading, and you'll see this right here. And you'll see that the div where it says lesser sign div, in the end it says lesser sign slash div. That means that's the ending of it, of the tag. And over here there's a comment where in the end it says page heading, and it says dash dash greater sign. So just copy that whole thing right here. Copy that whole thing and delete it. and we're gonna actually put it underneath this block. So we're gonna go down over here where it says container, right around underneath there. It's gonna say container dash dash greater sign. Underneath, you're just gonna type something real quick. You're gonna type lesser sign BR greater sign. That just means a space. And then just go ahead and paste what you copied, and then click on update file, reload or refresh, and you will see. Oops. Okay, let me go ahead and reload again. Okay, there we go. So it looks pretty good. And then now, instead of the home, when you go back over here, the same thing that you copied. It says H1, and then it says lesser sign question mark PHP, the title, all the way where it says question mark greater sign. So we're just gonna remove that whole part. Make sure you pay close attention to what I removed. Don't remove these tags over here. And you're just gonna write contact Al, or contact to schedule a lesson. I'm gonna put Al's phone number and click on update file, and you reload that, refresh, and you will see that looks way better. Now we're gonna have to add some content over here, but before we do that, let's go ahead and change some of the themes over here. You're gonna go to appearance, you're gonna go to themes. I'm sorry, appearance, go to editor, just like we were right now. We're gonna go to editor, and when you go to the editor, by default it'll be style.sss. If it's not, go all the way down and click on this right here where it says style.sss. Now if you're on Windows, Control F. If you're on Mac, Command F. And actually before that, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be just changing hex codes, which are color codes that are used in coding. And it's very simple, don't worry. If you go to like html-color-codes.com, you'll see they provide all these colors and with their hex codes. And don't worry, no one on earth memorizes these. Everyone just looks them up. So you see how we have all these variety. And if you go on Google, there's even a bigger variety out there that you can find. But this one is pretty nice over here. So far, I've already chosen the colors that I want to put. So let me show you how you change them to whatever. So make sure that if you like a color, you just look at the characters 99FF33, like this one for example, and then you would just copy it and use that. Make sure you don't copy the spacing over here. So make sure you just get the characters. You come over here and you go Control F. We're going to be changing the header, so it's called pound header. And then it's going to be a bracket, a left bracket, and it's going to say position relative. You're going to find it. It's going to say header, bracket, position relative, background, colon, pound 111. So the pound is where it assigns the color code. So 111 is something from here. So instead of 111, we're going to change that, and I've already chosen my colors from here. So that one is going to be 0CF. Make sure there's a space after it. And we're going to change the footer as well. Control F or Command F. Pound footer bracket, and right away you see background pound 111. Change that. We're going to have it the same thing. And you can see that the colors were the same because obviously they look exactly the same, so that makes sense. And click on update file after that, and I changed it to the same as the header as well. Reload that or refresh, and you will see that they're both blue now. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and change the background of this home. The way you do that is you Control F or Command F, and you just type current hyphen or dash menu dash item greater sign A, and then you'll see background pound E73420. Just delete those characters, and instead we're going to have our own, which is 01A 9dB. update that. Let's refresh or reload. Alright, now we're going to have these links to be white instead of this gray that they have already. So we're going to search for it. We're going to put .sf dash menu space A bracket. Now the first search result is not the one, so we're going to search again. And we see another one over here. It's going to say font size, height, line height, and then color, where it says color :pound AAA. Instead of AAA, we're going to remove that. We're going to put FFF. And basically, FFF is short for the 6 Fs, which you could do. Or you could put the 6 Fs, no problem. Both will work. Click on Update File. Reload that. Okay. Now, when we go over it, we want it to change color. Right now, it's not changing color. So the way you do that, you just go over here. .sf dash menu space greater sign space li space greater sign space a : hover, and you'll see where it says color FFFF, and obviously that's white, which is why nothing's changing, because it's just white, and when you go over it, it goes white. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna set it to 01A 9 dB. It's actually the same as the background color that we chose over here. Click on Update File, refresh. Alright, and looks pretty good. There you go. You see what I mean? Now, what we want to do is we want to add some slider over here. We're going to go to Soliloquy, and you can see now that there's a Soliloquy tab. The only way that will show up is when you install the plugin. So that's why we're able to see it now. So click on Soliloquy. And over here is where we're going to be adding our images. So you need to have some images first. And now, I have some big images that I got. What you could do is, number one, take pictures of your own and upload them to your computer and make sure they're big images. And then what you do is you'll use them for your slider. Or if you're not that good at taking pictures, or you don't have really good quality camera, then you can go to stock photos. There's a one called dollarphotoclub.com, which I recommend. Stock photos are pretty much really nice photos that you can get online, that you will end up being able to use them for your website, so you don't have to worry about any copyright issues. Normally they're costly, but this website that I found, very nice. It's only $1 an image, so you pay actually $10 per month. But you can of course cancel after the first month, but you would pay $10 up front, so you'll be able to get 10 images for $1 each. So which is why they make you pay $10 a month. They make you pay a minimum. Alright, so make sure that you take a look at that. If you don't want to put into you don't want to put in any money into this, then like I said, the best thing is just take photos of your own. And definitely don't use Google Images, because you don't want to run into copyright issues, so just avoid that. Alright, so now after you have gotten your images and uploaded them, you want to go ahead and edit them or crop them. And the way you do that is you go to a great tool called pixlr.com/editor. And this is definitely a great tool that we could use for image editing. It's something very nice that I found. You don't have to download it, you don't have to install it, and it's very, very quick, and it's free, and it's just really amazing. So you come over here and you open an image from computer. Alright, so now what we're going to be doing, we're going to get the image that we got. So I'm going to give an example. I'm opening up right now an image. Okay, there we go. So first of all, what we want to do is two things. We want to change the size of the image, and the size that we want is something that will fit nicely over here, something that's not too big or too small. So I've already calculated it. It should be 900 by 300, which is pretty good. 900 will reach probably from here all the way to here. Anything that's less than that will really be cut short and it won't look nice. So I recommend 900 by 300. So that's the number one thing. We want to change the size. Second thing we want to do is we want to add some customized text over here, which I showed you in the beginning of the tutorial. So definitely we're going to want to do that. Now what we're going to do is first we're going to click on File. Actually, before that, let's go over here. If you go to the slider, you're going to click on Add New. And when you go to Add New Slider, we're going to title it Homepage Slider. And then you're going to go to Config. And over here, they're going to ask you for the slider dimensions. So make sure you put 900 by 300, or if you have a better idea, you want to try something else, a smaller picture maybe, then you can go ahead and choose your own size. But 900 by 300 should be good for our slider over here, because it goes well with our layout. And then over here, I'm going to go back to images, and this is where we're going to be putting the image. So let's go back to the photo editor. So we're going to go to File and go to New Image, and for this new image, we're going to put 900 as our width, and height is going to be 300. And this is all in Pixel, which is the measuring tool that's used for images on the web. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is more rectangular, otherwise you don't want to ruin the quality of the image. So if you make, if you bring this down too much, then maybe it will make the guy look really, really short, and it'll just look like a really, really bad quality image. So go to the crop tool over here, click on the crop tool, and just hold and drag and make it more rectangular. So make sure you don't, if you take a picture of like a tall building and you just want to have the full tall building on there, then that might be a little difficult for this slider because you want it to be something that's stretched. So if you want to make it into a square slider or something that's vertical, then you would change the dimensions over here and you'd have a slider that's more vertical. But definitely I recommend right now is you try this over here just to get used to it first and learn the very basics. So crop it, and when you select the area you're going to crop, you're going to hit enter, and that will crop it. There we go. And after that, you're going to go to Edit, select all, and then Edit, Copy, go over here, Edit, Paste. So obviously it's still too big, and depending on your image, some of you might upload big images, but typically the images from cell phones, especially, and from pretty much any camera, will be very big compared to the web version. So what you want to do is you hold that, and by the way I select the images is using this tool over here, the little mouse tool, the move tool. Now when you go to edit, you can go to free transform, and over here you can resize it. So move it around, and move this bar over here. So you can tell it's still too big, so I make it a lot smaller. And by the way, hold shift when you're moving this so that it stays proportional, and that definitely is something that you need, because you don't want to ruin the quality of your image. And if you mess up, you can always open the image again and try again, no problem. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to do something like that. There we go. Higher, okay. So it looks pretty good, and I'm satisfied with that. You can always just keep changing it around, and whatever fits your, creative needs. Click on the marquee tool after that. This is where we're going to be adding the text. So, you can, there's a little white over here. So I'm gonna, okay. Move it around. Okay. Click on the marquee tool, and first you're gonna, after that you're gonna put on, you're gonna click on layer, then new layer. And you can see there's a new layer over here. This is how you manage the layers. Layers are pretty much stacks that you put on top of your images, and whatever is higher goes first. So on top of it, we're going to put a little box that's going to have some words in it. So click and hold and drag, and click on this paint bucket tool. So I like this size over here. When I click on the paint bucket tool, click over here to change color. Normally it's black, sometimes it's different if you've worked on this before. So click on that and find the color that you want, and you can see also there's hex codes over here. This is the HTML color codes you can always use for your header and footer if you want to change it. Very, very flexible in terms of the colors you can use. But anyway, we're gonna choose a color over here. This looks pretty good. I'm gonna go OK. Fill it up. Over here, it's gonna look something like this. So you're gonna click on this tool right here, opacity. Just lower it. Maybe like 50. You can just put a custom number here, or you can just go back and forth here to see whatever fits better. Now, when you do that, click on the A, which is the text tool. Click on and click in the box, and then go ahead and write your text. I'm gonna go ahead and write learn tricks you've never imagined. And this is the color tool, and just choose a color that you like. Click OK. And then you can also find the font that you desire, one that you think will be good for your website. There we go. Looks really good. Actually, let me make that a little bigger. And this is the size area right here. Click on OK, and then you can click on this tool and just drag it. There we go. Alright, and you can hit Control D or Command D if you're on Mac, and this will take care of the little highlighter that was around the box. And this is how it would look like. If you're not satisfied, just keep on trying. I've actually created all of the 3 images that I'm going to be putting in the slider. You can put as many images as you want on the slider, but I'm already going to do 3, and I've already created them. I fixed them, I cropped them. I didn't want to, go too long with this in this video, but you get the idea. As soon as you're done with something like that, you would go ahead and click on File, Save, and save it in a place that you know to remember, or a place that you'll remember to retrieve. And just do that for every single image that you get. And one thing I want to point out is that if you click on this right here, this is the color that we use to fill in the box. So make sure you copy this hex code, so that the next image you can also use this exact same color. You would just copy and paste it into this box, and so that way you stay consistent in all the images. And same thing with the color of the text. If you go to the text tool and click on that, you'll see there's a color. Click on this, and you will see that they also have a hex code. So make sure you copy that, write it down, or paste it somewhere, save it somewhere, so that you know what colors you used, and you don't have to be guessing from this huge color code over here. So after you get your images done, like I said, as many images as you want, go to select images and go ahead and just upload your images. You can do one by one, or you can just highlight them all and just paste them. And as soon as they're all loaded, go ahead and click on publish. One more images we're waiting for. Okay. Publish. And you'll get like a little code. Mine says bracket soliloquy ID equals 37. Just the first one right here. It can say 37, it can say 22. The number does not matter. Just whatever it is, copy it, and don't worry about the rest. Go to pages, and we're going to put it in the home. So this code is telling us where do you want to put this code for the image slider. So you can just leave it and never use the image slider, but when you do decide to use it, you can just paste it on whatever page you want. So we like this one right here, so we're going to put it in this area. So we're going to go to the content area, you're going to click on edit on home. Put your text over here, paste it. There we go. And click on update, and let's go ahead and look to see what it looks like. Reload or refresh the page. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, so this is what I made earlier. Hope you like it. If you keep going, you can see that it moves by itself. You can even use the arrow to move it, or you can click on these little circles over here. So very neat. And definitely you can have up to thousands of images. There's really no limit. And of course you don't want to have too much, but you get the idea. So over here we're actually going to add some more content like I showed you in the beginning of the video. We're going to have the text header here saying locations we serve, and we're going to have a picture of each location, the beaches that we serve, or the beaches that you could be taking the lessons in. So we're going to go ahead over here, 2 spaces, and then put learn more. I'm sorry, locations we serve. We're going to highlight that, bold it, and also if it looks like this for you, if you only see these tools, then you would click on toggle or toolbar toggle, and these will pop out. And so just in case you don't see that, I'm just showing you. And this will give us the opportunity to increase the size. We're going to go ahead and go to heading 2, change the color to dark gray. Alright, space again. Now, we want to have the 3 columns over here. So, I'm so glad that we got our column plugin, because that's going to help us add the columns over here. So you'll see that there's a blue icon here, looks very distinct. It says WEN's Bootstrap Columns. If you had not gotten the plugin, this would not show up. So yay! Click on that. And how many columns do you want? Let's do 3. Enter or OK. And you'll get something like this. Don't worry, it's very easy to understand. Where it says your content here, that's where the column is. So this is the first column. So delete that and just enter, so you get the space. Then when you see bracket /BS columns bracket, that means that's the end of the column. Enter again. And the spacing doesn't matter because it's going to be 3 columns. So second here is the second column. Delete that, space. So make sure you do that so you are very clear on where each column goes. And of course, this is the end of the column here. Enter, or 1 enter, whichever. And where it says your content here, that's going to be the 3rd column. Space, enter. So each space right here will be a column. So this is the 1st column, 2nd column, 3rd column. I know you can't tell over here, but you'll be able to tell when we reload the page. So the first thing I want to say is that you do need to be a little creative on this. So you want to have 3 different images, and of course we don't want to have them this big, because that would not really fit. So what I decided is the best size would be 300 by 200, which will look something like this. So a size like that. So if you were to take a picture or download a picture, then you would crop it to have a size that fits this over here. So if I were to do, let's say, this guy over here, I'd crop it, copy it, edit, select all, edit, copy, just like I showed you earlier, and edit, paste, and then just I'm going to resize it. Alright. But you can definitely have a size like that and be creative with it, and you can even add some text. But for us, we just have 3 images that we already cropped, and we took care of them, that we're going to be putting for our columns over here. So I'm going to go ahead and add them. Click on Add Media, and the media, you can actually access it over here also. The media is where your images and your videos go, and as you can tell, the Soliloquy put our Soliloquy images on here already, so you can see that it puts them in the media and then it uses them. So we already have some pictures in the media, but we don't want these ones. These are too big, so we're going to click on Upload Files and click on Select Files, and then just put the images that you are going to put for the columns. So I'm going to have 3 different beaches. The first one will be Newport. I have it over here. Click on Open. Wait for it to load. As soon as it's loaded, click on Insert into Page. There we go. And I'm going to hit Enter. I'm going to put Newport Beach, and I'm going to highlight that, bold, dark gray color, and I'm going to put some content. Some content, alright. And then over here I'm going to have a 2nd column. So I'm going to add another picture. Go to Upload Files. Same thing. I'm going to have Laguna Beach. Alright. Alright, as soon as that's loaded, insert there. Alright, Laguna Beach. So it's pretty cool. You can be pretty creative, you know, if you're like an accountant business. And of course, by the way, I want to have it consistent over here, so same thing. If you're like an accountant business, you could have a picture for each service you do. Let's say you do, you know, you do taxes for the company, you do the payroll, so you'd have like a picture of a, you know, of something related to payroll, maybe like employees, or you'd have a picture of something related to taxes to show them that you can do all kinds of services. And of course, you want to put whatever the company would want to see when they first enter your page. So you can really, there's nothing wrong with sitting there and just coming up with a really good method to get users to call you, because the front page is the first thing they're going to see, and if they like what they see, they'll call you. Especially if you have this over here, they'll have the number right away. So right now, as you can see, I'm just adding my third image for my third column, and I'm going to have Huntington Beach as my last image. As soon as that's checked and uploaded, click on Insert into Page also. Alright, I'm going to bold that, dark gray. Alright, now let's go ahead and look at our results. So we're going to go and click on Update. This is very exciting. Let's see. This is really the fun part, when you do a lot of work and then you just want to see how it looks like. Alright, there we go. Look at that. The big nice image over here. Locations we serve: Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, Huntington Beach, and some content. So looks very exciting. Now we'll go ahead and click on About Me, and we're going to start working on the About Me page. As you can see, it's empty, but we're going to be filling it up very soon. Okay, so the content that we want is a picture of Al and his biography. So depending on your company, if you're, for example, a plumbing business, we might want to have, you know, a picture of you fixing someone's plumbing, or a picture of your business car where it has the logo of your business. Or if you're an exterminator, you would have a picture of you holding your tools, or, you know, a picture of your team. So it's good to, you know, have that sense of connection with the audience. You don't want to show them, you know, just a picture of, you know, a bug, or a picture of a plumbing tool. You want to make sure you have something that will, you know, make the people feel connected. So over here, go to Pages, and we're going to click on About, Edit About. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have a picture of Al, because that, I feel, will, you know, make people, you know, understand that, oh, Al's surfing lessons, it's Al's personal website, and we're going to have a picture of Al smiling, so the people will really feel connected. So we're going to type biography on top, and after that, we're going to add the image. We're going to click on Add Media, Upload File, same routine. You should be an expert on this by now. And I'm going to go ahead and open it, and I'm going to insert into Page. It's probably really boring to you by now, just because you've been seeing me do it so much. So let's see, add some content over here, 2 paragraphs, and you can see it doesn't let you click on top here. And don't worry, I'll fix that. First thing you want to do is you want to bold the biography, and then choose the dark gray color. You want to make sure that the, you know, it's good to have the headers consistent. So over here we chose a dark gray header, and so we want to do the same thing. So let's have it bigger as well, heading 2. And over here the image is going to be aligned left. Actually, let's align this center first. So highlight that and click on this tool right here. Same thing, very similar to Microsoft Word, align center. Now you can click on the image and align left, and there you go. You'll see that the content went on the right. Click on Update, go to your page, and this is the best part. Alright, look at that. So that's Al smiling, letting people know he's human, letting people know he's willing to help them out. And you have the content over here, and you can see that contact schedule lesson is in all our pages. That's what we want. That looks very good. Click on lessons after that, And here is where we're going to be adding the lessons for our page. And let's go ahead and get started. Before that, I want to explain what we're going to be doing. We're going to have a set of plans. So we're going to have plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, and it's going to have the details of the plan. And so we're going to be explaining each plan. So we want to definitely have 3 different columns. And actually, let's go ahead and do 4 different columns. That way the people have more of a variety, and I can show you how to do the 4 columns. So go ahead and go back over here, click on pages, and where it says lessons, edit lessons, and then over here click on this tool, the WEN's Bootstrap columns. Click on that, and we're going to put 4 columns. Click on OK. And let's do the same thing, separate them all out. Where it says your content here, just delete that and separate them all. This is where the column ends. Alright, it'll really help you out if you separate them. And I know you're probably thinking this is code, but really it's not code. This is not code at all. This is just sort of like a code helper, which you don't need to know, but I know some of you might think that you know coding now, but believe me, this is not coding. I know it'd be nice if it was, because it'd be pretty easy, but it's not coding. So now let's go ahead and add some images first that will go on top of each plan, just to make the website a little prettier. So first, we're going to put plan 1, and we're going to center that. We're going to highlight it and bold, center it, and we're going to have the same header style. And we're going to have some images over here just to make things look a little prettier. So we're going to have a picture of oceans, different oceans, and the ocean will get bigger as the plans increase. So we're going to add a new image over here, and I recommend also a 300 by 200 size as well for the text that we're going to be having. So make sure you do that, and just customize it, have it the same size as this right here. So we're going to go ahead and click on Add Media, Upload Files, select Files. Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and upload the ones that I made. You can highlight them. You can do Control or Command on Mac and just choose each of the images that you want to upload, and you can upload them all at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So after it's uploaded all of them, we want to add them one at a time into the text box or into the text editor. So let's uncheck these. Let's have this one first. Insert page. Okay. And click on that. Center it. And this will obviously center in the column, not center in the actual page. So don't worry if you're worried about this showing up as center in the page. It won't do that. And then we're going to add some content over here. Alright. That looks pretty good. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing here. We're going to add the rest of the images. And you can be creative over here. Oh, I have this center. Another idea for those who who want to, mess around with this and just be creative, you can always use the PixLR tool. And you can even put the plan, the plan title inside the actual image. Oops. That way you could, make it look a little nicer. And it depends, what you have. Depends. Some people, they prefer outside the image, just like me. I prefer outside. But definitely you could do that. Another thing you can do is you could have, let's say if you're an accounting business, you can have a picture of different payrolls that you manage and show exactly what you can do. And actually, another idea that if you think about it, you can have a image slider, just like we have in the home page. You can have a small image slider like this size, and you can make an image slider of your plans, and that would look probably pretty cool and pretty fancy. And it really depends on, you know, your business. For this one, I feel like it looks a lot better if you just have all 4 columns laid out. And as you can see, I'm just doing the same thing for each column. I have an image, and as you can see, the waves are getting bigger as the plans are getting bigger. And you know what? Let me fix this real quick. This image was supposed to be on top of here, so what we're going to do, you can always just drag the image and put it wherever you want. So you can drag it and put it over here. And then you can just drag that on top. Oh, let me delete this. Drag it over here. There we go. And let's paste that. There we go. Insert into page. Alright, and center that. Okay. And I'm going to add my last wave. It's going to be plan 4. Alright. And I'm going to add this huge wave. Wow, never see that kind of wave around here. I'm from California, so I see waves all the time, but wow, never this big. So, and that looks like it's actually from Santa Monica. Alright, so update that. Reload, refresh the page. Alright, so we have our 4 plans over here. Oh, you can see there's an extra space here. Let's fix that. Go over here. And looks like the image has a space. So let's see what's wrong with that. So, okay. You can just delete the image if that happens. And start all over. Oh, not this one. Over here. Hit delete. Okay. Click on update. Oh, okay, that's too much. Let's go back. Enter. Update. Refresh. Oh, and that still didn't fix it. Okay, so when you have something like that where it just is not working out for you, where you keep trying to change it and it goes up and down in the wrong way, sometimes it's just a little buggy. What you have to do is pretty much just delete the whole thing, the whole column, just like that. And then try it again. So go ahead and do it again, and you'll see right now how it will work right away. So it's a good thing this happens. Sometimes I can show you exactly what you can do, and this happens quite often sometimes, depending on your luck that day, but it happens. So you do that, and let's center both. Okay. Click on update, and you'll see right now that that it will fix the problem. Reload, refresh, and there you have it. Okay, so we have our our lessons page all done. So now let's go ahead and go to our contact us page, and looks like it's empty right now, but that's going to change very soon. Alright, so we're gonna have the contact us form. We're going to click on pages and click on edit under content or contact, and we're going to have contact, bold that, heading 2, dark gray color, contact me actually, click on update, And we're going to have a contact us form, which we already got earlier using the plugins. So the way you use it is you go to plugins, click on that, and where it says contact form 7, click on settings. Over here we're going to have the contact form, edit that. Alright, over here now, this is how they show you how it looks like. It'll ask them for their name, for their email, their subject, and your message. That looks pretty good. We're going to go down over here. This is where you would change your email. So the default email is the one that you put when you first registered or you first installed your WordPress. So this is the one that I used. And you can always add more emails by comma, another email. However, we're just satisfied with this. And over here, like I said, this is where your email content will look like. So click on save after that. Everything looks good. And you can just copy this code over here. And just like Soliloquy, this is going to determine where we're going to put the contact us form. So go to pages, click on that. And click on contact. Click on edit. Come over here. Next line, paste it. Click on update. Alright, there you have it. You have the name, the email, subject, message, and this is where they would submit. And so this looks pretty good. Next thing we want to do now is we want to change the logo. So let's go ahead and do that. Now to create the logo, you can either hire someone that you know is very good at making logos, or if you already have a logo for your company, you use that. One way you can make a logo, you can go to pixlr.com/editor. And over here you can go to create new image, and let's have the width as 300, height will be 100. Okay. And make sure you hit actually transparent. And transparent is very important because if you have a background, let's say you have a white background over here, then this would be a logo that has a white right behind it, and it definitely won't look good unless you have some kind of technique that you want to do, or you want to have the same color. Then in that case you could always do that. However, definitely have it transparent is better. Now what you want to do is you'd want to go to the text tool and customize. Like we'll say Al, have a darker blue, and just after that we're gonna have Al surfing lessons with the white. And you can't see it because it is white, but surfing lessons. And then you would just save that, and you would want to put it over here. And let me show you how to do that. So I've already created my logo before, so let me show you how to do that. You go to appearance, and then you go to customize. And you'll come to this menu over here. Alright. And you can go to theme settings, image logo. It says there's no image over here, and click on the no image, upload new, click on select file, get your logo, open it up. It'll show you the preview. There we go. This is the preview of our logo. If you're satisfied, click on save and publish. Come over here, reload or refresh the page, and you'll see your logo. And now we can always add a picture over here. So, because this doesn't look good without the without like a little icon or something like that. So what we can do, we can go over here, go to flaticon.com. It's a great website, has a lot of free icons. Let's see, you put surf on there. And let's see, what would we'd like a let's do this one over here. So let's click on this eye right here, and if you don't have an account, you would have to make one right now, but it looks like you could actually just download it. So go ahead and just download it and choose a nice size, so 128 pixel. and save that. Let's come over here. Let's open up my image, the one that I made earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and add the icon. So I'm going to make the same size as the one I created earlier, but a little bigger width. 330 by 100. Oh, and I didn't make it transparent. Let me do that again. Check transparent. Click OK. Alright. Copy that and paste it over here. And now let's go ahead and open up our icon. Go to File, Open Image. There we go. And copy and paste that here. And you can just shrink that until it fits. And I'm going to move that. If you want to move things around, you have to select the layer that you're associated with. And then that's how you can move it. So if I want to move this, I can just hold it. See, it moves that. So what you do is you click on the layer. There it is. And as you paste things, it will create the layer for you, just in case you're wondering. I'm going to make that smaller as well. There we go. If I'm satisfied, which I am, I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. Save it as a PNG, because PNG is what makes the image transparent, so make sure you do that. Alright, come back over here. Re-upload the file. And let's see. Alrighty, I'm a lot more satisfied now. So now I'm going to click on Save and Publish. And we're going to come over here, refresh the page, reload. And there we go. Looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and add the social media icons. Now the way you want to add the social media is you go over here. Same thing where we went, the theme settings. And let me just remind you, well, you can always rewind the video, but basically you go all the way down here where it says social options, click on the arrow, and you'll see all kinds of social media. I mean, there's some that I've never even heard of, but wow, they have everything. So we go down to Facebook, for example. So let me show you, for example, Al's Facebook page. Looks something like this. Got Al over here, Al Surfing Lessons, and you'd have information about Al and what he does. Now, you would copy the page, and you'd come over here, go to Facebook. It's in alphabetical order, so make sure you know your alphabets. E, F, okay, E, F, okay, there it is. Paste that, and let's see. Okay. Click on Save and Publish. Reload the page. And it should be coming up any second now. Alright, and don't worry, sometimes it takes a while. There we go. Looks like you have the Facebook logo. Looks really good. And so you would pretty much just add the rest of your pages. Make sure you just copy the URL. So for example, Twitter. I'm just going to put the Twitter website, but you'd put your Twitter URL, the link of your Twitter, right in there. And then for example, we have LinkedIn. Those are the most popular. And so you'd put that in. Just click on Save and Publish. After you do that, you go ahead and reload, refresh the page. And there you have all the 3 icons. And you have created the website. Let's go take a look at our website real quick. Go to Home. So here we have the home page. Right when they come in, they see the locations that you serve. And we have the rest of our pages. Our About Me page. Here's Al, nice and smiley. Go to lessons. You have the lessons that Al offers, the different plans, and over here and every page will ask you to contact to schedule a lesson. 909-555-5434. Contact, just in case you want to do it by email. And there you have it. There are the social media icons, and there's our logo. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I really hope that you get a great website working. And as you can see, it's really not that bad. It's really easy, and I definitely recommend looking into a lot of the plugins that they offer and just having fun with it. You know, don't stress out. If something's not working out for you, try it again later. If it's not working, think of a different way to make it work. You can always go to Google, search for help. All kinds of resources are available because this is the most widely used content management system. I really hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and best of luck in all your website development. And it's been a great and pleasureful talking to you.